our co-feature, Sammy Vasquez, taking on Aron Martinez, and an age difference as Martinez, 34 years old, Vasquez, 29 years old. Everything else very similar in height, weight, and reach. And Vasquez from outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, 20-0. Martinez, different record, 24-1.
Sammy Vasquez is that most interesting of fighters. American men and women have been coming back from Iraq for a quarter of a century now as veterans, some of them haunted, like Sammy Vasquez, with trouble sleeping. If a fighter like him can't resonate, I don't know who can.
That's right, Sammy Vasquez, former member of the National Guard, 2 tours of duty in Iraq as a gunner. Undefeated. Let's go to our ring announcer for the introductions.
Live on Fox from Staples Center, Premier Boxing Champions now features 12 rounds in the welterweight division. The 3 judges ringside are Carla Caiz, Patrick Russell, and Zach Young. And the referee in charge, when the bell sounds, Eddie Hernandez. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the black and the gray. His professional record, 20 wins, 4 of those by knockout against 4 losses and 1 draw. Fighting and representing East Los Angeles, California. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Aron El Asesino Martinez. Across the ring, his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the black with the camouflage. He enters the ring undefeated, 20 wins, 14 of those coming by way of knockouts. Fighting out of Monessen, Pennsylvania. He is the former Army veteran and the undefeated, the Sergeant Sammy, the Who Can Mexican, Vasquez Jr.
Boxer center. Sheet second only. See a glove. See a glove. Mouthpiece. Mouthpiece. All right, gentlemen, I've been over the rules with you both, so you know what I expect. Touch gloves. Good luck.
All right, we are ready for 12 rounds of boxing in the welterweight division. Aron Martinez coming off a 10-round unanimous decision over Devin Alexander, the 2-time world champion in Glendale, California. Prior to that fight, he lost a controversial decision to Robert Guerrero, who's in our main event. As for Sammy Vasquez, 20-0, coming off a 5th-round TKO over Jose Lopez in September in California, PA. Orthodox versus a southpaw once again. So Vasquez, 2 tours of duty in Iraq as a gunner. He suffers from post-traumatic stress disorder. Getting back into boxing, just a blessing for him, but he still fights the demons.
One of the ways he fights the demons is to fight. Boxing's part of his therapy. He is an excellent technical fighter. He can brawl, he can box.
You can see him stalking right now, the way that he's stalking Martinez. Hands down, normally that shows confidence. Let's hope he doesn't get caught.
A friend of mine a couple fights ago worked Wally Amatoso's corner. Real good fighter. And he said, boy, that Sammy Vasquez, he can do everything. Crisp, short counters. We see that right now. Real relaxed.
Martinez has faced lefties in his 2 most recent and biggest fights, Alexander and Robert Guerrero. So he comes in with loads of experience.
Nice straight left to the body there.
For Vasquez, 16 of his 20 pro fights have been in or around the Pittsburgh area. Big stage here tonight in Los Angeles at Staples Center. There's a straight left hand getting through. And although Martinez is nicknamed the assassin, he does not knock guys out too often. Only
Shots
4
behind the head, all right? Let's go.
knockouts in his entire career.
He did, however, knock down Guerrero, which may have gotten him a shot. A couple of things you're seeing from Sammy: quickness, but also, a while back, that beautiful jab to the body, setting stuff up.
Both of you. Don't be hit behind the head, okay? Just keep it clean, guys. Box.
Looks like a bump on Sammy's head. There's already been a headbutt in round 1 here.
Vasquez saying that Aron is a tough guy. He sees a lot of heart in him, but does not think he's a very good boxer. He's in shape, yes. He moves forward, but he can't box.
There's such a contradiction in Sammy. He talks about coming home from the war, being a nervous guy, unable to sleep, but he's so relaxed in that ring.
Like you said, it's therapy.
He closes the blinds, he makes sure the doors are locked, but in there, that's his domain.
Closing moments of the first round. Staples Center, home to the LA Lakers, the LA Clippers, the LA Kings, the LA Sparks, and now boxing tonight on Fox. Charles Leverett, the trainer for Sammy Vasquez in 2012. Leverett was the assistant on the U.S. Olympic team. Now runs the Army's boxing program. Round 2 scheduled for 12 in the welterweight division. Sammy Vasquez in black and camouflage. Aron Martinez in the gray and black trunks.
In all fairness, before we count out Aron Martinez, let us keep in mind he was a 50-1 underdog against Devin Alexander.
Here's a combination ending with a straight left hand by Vasquez. Very quick hands for this young man.
That's right. He's fast, and you can see the focus that he has in the ring right now. His eyes are just staring at Aron Martinez. He's not letting him go anywhere in that ring right now.
Keith, you, Porter, perhaps Danny Garcia are the present tense of this division. But Sammy Vasquez, even though he's a little older, may be the future. He lost in the amateurs to Errol Spence. That could be coming down the line. You're seeing a very skilled fighter here.
Martinez telling Vasquez to come on. Tight defense for Aron Martinez, who moved to East Los Angeles when he was 6 years old from Mexico.
Says he doesn't fight to earn a living. He owns a construction company, DeMayo Construction. 2 daughters. It's a good thing not to need boxing for a living, for most guys.
That's right, they're building 2 houses right now, his company in Culver City. Vasquez pushing off. Not a lot of openings right now for Vasquez with the tight defense of Aron Martinez. How do you create openings?
You just keep poking at him. You poke around the elbows, and then you come with some uppercuts. So you go in between, and then you go on the outside. And you just keep firing. See how you try to go in between there, and you just keep doing it till one lands. But his work rate is great, and it's been great for these opening rounds.
To break down a fighter like Sammy, though, don't you need power?
Power is the easiest way to earn respect. Most definitely. And it's clear, looking at the record, that Martinez does not have that. So, you know, and he's lacking the speed here. So he's going to have to do something else to really make a statement to Sammy Vasquez.
The only thing I could possibly quibble with Vasquez is dropping that left hand sometimes. You know, thinking he's a little bit too slick, but it works for him.
Vasquez started boxing at 9 years old at 200 amateur bouts. Fought in the 2012 Olympic trials. End of the second round. Vasquez looking for openings, found one there. Martinez much less aggressive than usual. Can he win this way?
No, he cannot. He's gonna need to either hope that Sammy Vasquez lowers his punch count, or he's just going to need to pick it up if he really wants to win. And you see he started out opening punch right there, so maybe he has that on his mind.
Round 3 scheduled for 12 in the welterweight division, 147 pounds. Sammy Vasquez in the black and camouflage taking on Aron Martinez in the gray trunks with the black stripe.
Both fighters wrestling on the inside. There's a slight low blow in there.
Uppercut blocked by Martinez. Now you see Martinez much more aggressive. This is what worked against Devin Alexander in his last fight. Upset win over the two-time world champion.
Maybe this is his strategy, turn it into a phone booth fight in the middle of the ring.
He wants to fight inside. That's his bread and butter. Not a lot of power. As we mentioned, only 4 knockouts in his career.
Let him go, Aaron. Let him go, Aaron.
He is picking up the pace here in the 3rd round, though, Martinez.
Keith, fighters look at fighters and inevitably size them up. How far do you think Sammy Vasquez is from the elite in the division? Where you are?
You know, he shows great potential. You know, I don't like his style with his hands down. If you're going to put him in with a puncher like myself, or even a truly aggressive fighter like Sean Porter, I think later on he's going to need to tighten up that defense.
He sees a therapist every Friday for his post-traumatic stress. But I'll tell you what, in this ring, he looks the picture of relaxed. There's nothing that really fractures his composure. And he's pretty forthright in talking to us, and so was his wife, Del Rey. She's someone, she calls herself someone who chose to love a boxer. She's also someone who chose to love a veteran. They met in Colorado Springs after his 2nd tour was over. And they both dealt with the after effects of seeing combat and being on point for that vehicle.
According to Vasquez, the gym is the only place where I feel confident and safe.
Don't sweep.
20 seconds ago in the 3rd, scheduled for 12. Martinez back in his shell now, not throwing a lot of punches.
Vasquez is not giving Martinez much room here. He's kind of been trapped for the 2nd half of this round.
Aron Martinez, local kid from East Los Angeles, and Sammy Vasquez, the up-and-comer. 4th round, scheduled for 12.
I believe this is both Sammy Vasquez and Aron Martinez's first 12-round fight. We'll see how their conditioning is in camp getting into the later rounds.
Come on, baby. What do you want?
Now Martinez starting to talk to Vasquez. Right hook connected for Vasquez.
This is what I like about Sammy. He can fight going backwards, he can fight going forwards, he can go to the body, he can go upstairs. I love, as I said before, we're not doing it now, but that jab to the body establishes the distance at which he wants to fight.
Shoe shine. As Vasquez misses with the right hook.
Talking to him.
I think he's really trying to do some damage this round.
I think you're right. I think he's looking for that shot that makes a statement.
Now Vasquez stepping off, inviting Martinez to open up. Martinez not leading very often.
That talking is open up, please, so I can come back and make my statement.
Nice counter.
Nice right hook.
Beautiful footwork by Vasquez. And right hand landing for Martinez. No damage. 1:13 to go in the fourth.
I think it's important for people to really understand, since we've been essentially at war for a quarter century, what Sammy Vasquez represents. He came home from his 2 tours. He has to face the door at a restaurant. He has to have his back to the wall. He double checks the doors at night. He needs a fan going because silence unnerves him. He checks the blinds to see if they're closed, no light coming in. If he hears a car screeching around the corner at night, he jumps out of bed. He's not alone. Veterans have been doing this for a quarter century now. Before that, but fighters represent certain things to certain generations, and he represents all these people who come home from war.
All right. Action to end the round. Vasquez and Martinez. Now let's join Carissa Thompson, who's standing by with a very, very special talent.
Do I know who your favorite boxer is of all time?
Of all time? Well, Ali is my favorite of all time. And then Sugar Ray Leonard, then Mike Tyson.
Do you like what you've seen so far?
Oh, yeah, they're having a good fight tonight. I can't wait. This is a good fight. The main event is a good fight between Robert Guerrero and Danny Garcia. Two of my. I love both those fighters. It's a great fight to see.
The welterweight is the division where it's at right now. Now, Brandon, your nephew right here, you're also a boxer. Nice to see you. When are you getting in here?
End of this year, I'll have my first pro fight, and I'll be fighting around 154 pounds. So look for me. Bad news.
That's right. That's my nephew, Brandon Bad News Lynch.
It's awesome to see you ringside. Thanks for the time, Eddie. Appreciate it.
All right, how cool is it? Eddie Murphy, genius. How cool would it be to have him as your uncle?
I bet it would be hilarious.
A very good champ.
Imagine having him in your corner.
That's right. All right, welterweight division. This one's scheduled for 12 rounds between Sammy Vasquez and Aron Martinez. Not a lot of action, not the action that we thought we'd see so far as we begin the 5th round.
Martinez, you know, he's used his tight defense the whole fight. You know, he's blocking shots, he's taking shots, but he's not really working. He's not winning the fight, if you ask me.
I'm winning a round. But, you know, the problem is there's no equalizer. There's no power. So when he throws a shot, I don't think Sammy has to be overly respectful of it.
Vasquez stopping 6 of his last 8 opponents. 14 KOs in his career. The Who Can Mexican.
Vasquez has been showing his talent, you know, fighting on the inside, using his footwork, turning them, pivoting, switching sides like we saw right there after punching. Once again, turning after a hook.
This is really beautiful stuff. The pivot, the way he moves. Aesthetically, it would be a better fight if Martinez were more of a bull.
Martinez very defensive in this fight. Been in the corner. Now he lets his hands go. And decides to hold.
Stop, let go.
Not the kind of fight that we are accustomed to seeing from Aron the Assassin Martinez, especially after the brilliant performance against Devin Alexander and the controversial loss to Robert Guerrero. Many felt that he won that fight.
Yep. Put Guerrero down. Sammy's originally from the Pittsburgh area, from Menneson, where former heavyweight champion Michael Mauler is from. Great fight town. But his idols were Sweet Pea Whitaker and Nassim Hamed, both very athletic boxers. And you can see that in his style.
You sure can.
He's more aggressive. He's not a huge puncher, but stylistically, he's a really beautiful boxer.
That's right, Sweet Pea and Prince Nassim, very slick. Great footwork. Both brilliant at using angles, especially Sweet Pete Whitaker.
Whitaker was a master. Hamed was just unorthodox, kind of wild, but
One of the best, and his speed was one of a kind as well.
The welterweights battling, and let's take a look at Steve Farhood's unofficial scorecard. Steve.
Gus, it's an easy fight to score. The only round that was remotely close was the third. Martinez has simply given away too many rounds. You know, he's a pressure fighter, and pressure fighters tend to wear down their opponents and come on strong in the second half of the fight. But since he didn't apply any pressure for 3 rounds, there's no reason to think Vasquez will slow down in the second half of the fight.
Well, I expect from this point on to hear a Harold Letterman, okay, Gus. Like a okay, Jim.
Try it next time.
All right. Now Vasquez putting together the combinations. Is it frustrating to throw so many and not face an opponent that is willing to really go for it?
It can be frustrating at times, but, you know, obviously he came to win tonight. He came to showcase his skills and his talent, and he's doing that. Another thing is, I believe he trained in Colorado Springs for this fight. High altitude. He is prepared for this 12-round event.
there's a reason that Martinez isn't going for it, as you say. It hurts coming forward on him. You know, he's getting smacked. One thing we haven't spoken about here, since Martinez did put down Guerrero, who was a really tough guy, if nothing else. Actually, he's a lot more than a tough guy. But is Vasquez's chin. And I spoke to the guy who worked Wally Amatoso's corner, and he said he never flinched. Wally's a big hitter, cracked him really hard with a few right hands, and you could see it after the fighter hurt his face, but he never flinched, never showed the power of it when he was in the ring.
Now the fans here at Staples Center getting frustrated with the lack of production from Aron Martinez.
It takes two to tango.
Hard to look good when you're fighting an opponent that won't throw punches, won't open up, defensive. Martinez refusing to lead. Sixth round scheduled for 12, under a minute to go.
I think Sammy looks great.
I think he does too.
You know,
with all things considered.
He has easily set himself apart from the competition tonight.
Look, we've just seen the departure of the best welterweight in the world in Floyd Mayweather, who's criticized all the time for not fighting. Sammy's fighting this whole way through. And he's fluent in offense, he's fluent in defense.
And I think it has to be corrected when Mayweather is criticized for not fighting. He's got incredible defense.
I understand.
It's not that he's not fighting, it's that you can't hit him.
My point is that I think that the criticism was in large measure ignorant.
Agreed. Welcome back. Sammy Vasquez had to work hard. Not a lot of openings because of the defensive nature of Aron Martinez. And we found out that it was not a hand injury for Martinez. They're now saying it was his left elbow. As we take a look at the Motel 6 punch stats, all Sammy Vasquez in this one.
Most definitely. 309 punches thrown, 88 landed. You know, it was obvious from the start that he had the better work rate. I really liked the way that Vasquez was cutting off the ring throughout each and every round.
All right, let's go to Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, a referee in charge, Eddie Hernandez, waves off the bout at the end of the 6th round due to Aron Martinez being unable to continue. Your winner by technical knockout and remaining undefeated, the Sergeant, Sammy, the Who Can Mexican, Vasquez Jr.